Hey, what's up, ecosystem? Guess what, you guys? I hit the wrong button and I was recording locally, so now we're actually live. So let's do this thing. Oh my gosh. Woo! Hey, what's up, you guys? No way. You're not going to believe this. So, this is so great. I've never made this error before, and I hit the wrong button, and I wasn't live, and I'm sitting here talking. I'm just talking away, having a great old time. And luckily, you guys, you guys send me a text and let me know, where are you? You're not live yet. Okay, well, I'm live now, and I really appreciate you guys jumping in. And since I'm a few minutes late, let's do this. I'm going to go ahead and give you the lineup and welcome you to the show. I do the car hauler. This is so funny, man. Okay, so listen. You didn't miss anything. This is the beginning of the show, and tonight, after I'm going to go and talk about the live chat, but tonight we have Ben, the parts and service manager from Sun Country. He is with us. He's going to be at the 30-minute mark, and we're going to get there quickly, since I just did like 7 minutes talking to myself in the studio. But that's okay. We're going to go in about 10 minutes. We're going to be in the industry news. As I said, we got Ben and the parts and service manager of Sun Country Trailers to answer your questions. Okay, so listen. I want you to share your questions in the live chat. And if you just joined in, you didn't miss anything because I literally just went live. We're going to open the panel up to include Mike from MR Weaver Transport and Brian from Pepson Auto Transport. And we're going to have a great panel. We're going to have a great show. Listen, guys, you know that I'm here every Tuesday night, even if I'm a few minutes late. Man, sweating up a storm because I did that. But it's okay. It's a live show. It's so crazy. You know, when I was live at Matt's, 3 days live, and we're putting interviews together and talking to whoever, and I mean, it was amazing. Had no idea what was going to happen next. Couldn't even find the East Hall on day one trying to get over to an interview. And so it is really funny what can happen when I'm live. But listen, I think the audio's okay. Thank you so much for letting me know that there was something strange going on. All right, so let's jump into the live chat. Truckify says, hey, what's going on, Truckify? Welcome back to the show. Eric is with us. Hey, what's up, Eric? Thanks for tuning in. Always with me. Really appreciate the support. Brian Pepson says hello. Brian is going to be with us tonight. So thank you so much, Brian. Bill from Bad Apples. Hey, Tuesday, people of cars. Welcome to the show, Bill. Appreciate it. Denny's Rodriguez Sanchez. Hey to everyone, Jay. Says Denny's. And Tommy Lund is back with us. How you doing tonight, Jay? Well, I'm doing pretty good. Although, I just made a critical 5-minute error. Don't you hate that? And when you're on an e-log, man, I know 5 minutes is 5 minutes. Actually, 5 minutes can mean, not getting home tonight. So, these things happen. Cab overs are cool. Actually, Serge, the car hauler, he turned me on to cab overs. I didn't pay much attention, and Serge pointed out he's really into cab overs. All right, so Brian, that's what you meant by where's Jay. Now I get it. Now I know what you mean. What else we got here? Mark of Trucking Answers. Hey, what's going on? Yeah, I know of a good trailer company, Sun Country Trailers. Sun Country Trailers is kind enough to sponsor Auto Transport Intel for the month of April, and I really appreciate that. Sun Country Trailers is a major trailer manufacturer in car hauling, and their support and participation in this channel means a lot. Thank you so much, Sun Country. I really do appreciate that. Marcus from Exclusive Luxury Transport in Las Vegas is with us. Welcome back to the show, Marcus. This is where we find a Sun Country. This is the place. Hey, Tim of LRT Transport says hello. Hey, what's up, Tim? Tommy, the show is not going. The show. He's finding cars on the app. Yeah, dude. You'd think I was dispatching. Busy looking at the load boards. Surfer Tinico is with us. Hey, what's up, Surfer? Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for saying hello. Thanks for sticking around. The Sonic guy. Hey, you're the man. Thank you, Richard. I really appreciate it. It's really nice, man. And we're back. Patrick, hey, Jay, thanks again for getting back to me today. That referral, I really appreciate it. You're welcome, Patrick. Listen, you guys know that, if you need a car shipping referral to a broker, you're afraid to take that leap. You go to Google, you type in cheap car shipping. What's going to happen? 1 million phone calls? Yeah, do you want that? I don't know, man. Send me an email, autotransportintel@gmail.com. I can try to help. And by the way, don't be shy. Hit that like button if you haven't done so already. I really appreciate it. Ahmad Al-Nabali is with us. I think I said that. I think I got close. Hey, what's going on, Ahmad? Thanks for tuning in. Really appreciate that. Car Hauler 38. Hello, everyone. Welcome back, Car Hauler 38. Which is better, 4 car haulers, double or low pro 50 foot? Good question. Could be a debate right there. That's a lively debate. Scott, this is my first time watching your live feed. Great, Scott. Thank you for tuning in. Great, Scott. Thank you for tuning in. Good evening, everyone from Jacksport, Jacksonville. Appreciate you tuning in. Candy from Seaport Service. Listen, if you're down in Jacksonville and you just need somewhere you can go and get your head straight, visit Seaport Service in Jacksonville. 322222226. Lamont Askew. Hey, what's up, Lamont? Scott, I'm looking at hauling cars. 8 years experience in the industry as a general freight hauler, and I want to try something different. Wow, Scott. You know what? ctsbusinesscoaching.com. So we're going to show that in a little bit here, but you want to visit. I'm just going to type it right here. ctsbusinesscoaching.com. You can sign up, send an email. You can call Ty. Get started right away. Don't waste any time. Ty. Oh, and Ty said it. See, me and Ty we're always on the same way. I love that, man. Thank you, Ty, for being on my wavelength. Man, I searched and searched. Whew. Tim at LRT, it's all good, Jay. That just tells us we're human. We are. We are all human, at least for now. Okay, Scott, I really greatly appreciate some advice about how to get into hauling cars. I need a way to get my foot in the door. Cool, man. Well, that's, man, ctsbusinesscoaching.com. You came to the right place. Hey, the one and only is with us, man. Welcome back to the show. Thanks for tuning in. I appreciate it. Ahmad, are they in Ohio? Scott, I was referred to this channel by Anthony Koch. Well, thank you, Scott. Yeah, Shaggy's Consulting and Training Group was kind enough, Anthony and Shaggy's group, kind enough to let us join him at the Mid-America Truck Show 2019, and we were in the same booth, got to spend some more time together. I've been on his show, he's been on my show, and yeah, he does a lot of freight training, but he doesn't do car hauling training, and vice versa, so it's great to help each other out. By the way, listen, if you've got a company, product, or service, I offer this chat is for you to share your information. And if you want to take it a step further, kick it up a notch, send me an email, autotransportintel@gmail.com, and you can participate in this channel. That's where we're headed now. That is what's going on. Shaggy is cool. Yes, sir. Patrick, I just smashed the like button. Thank you, Patrick. Thank you so much. It means a lot. It means a lot. Even like I just made like that 5-minute goof, but you know what? We're back here and we're back and you guys stuck around and it's awesome, man. It means a lot. This is episode 81. You'd think I have this nailed down by now, but there are so many moving parts. Oh my gosh. I do. I feel like an astronaut. You got a like from me. Thank you, Scott. I appreciate that. Truckin' America. Hey, what's going on, Truckin' America? How are you doing? How's the vlog going? Let's see. One and only says, hello, Ahmad. Hey, what's up? Hey, everybody. Don't forget to hit that like button. Thank you so much. Here's Keenan Moore. I can get you the big rig parts and auto parts for great prices. Hey, that's pretty cool. There's an email address. There's a phone number. So cool, man. Okay, cool. We're back on time. We're gonna go into industry news. But if you missed me saying it, listen, I do want to say this, that I'm here every Tuesday night. I'm talking about all things car hauling. If you just joined the show, we're about to go into industry news. We got an interview coming up in 10 minutes. Then we're going to open it up into the live panel. After that, this is the Sun Country Trailers sponsored show. Last week and this week, two big Sun Country shows coming at you. If you want to know about Sun Country Trailers, man, this is your show. And listen, if you need other information, car hauling insurance, fuel cards, taxes, setting up your authority, car shipper recommendations, auto transport business coaching, car hauling dispatcher training, or if you're looking for a broker you can trust, send me an email, autotransportintel@gmail.com. This is Auto Transport Intel, where car haulers and car shippers work together, where you can learn auto transport, watch Auto Transport Intel, the car hauling business channel, and I really do appreciate you guys watching. Let's jump into that industry news, brother. Okay, so we got, all right, top of the list. Here we go. Boom. I love the smell of diesel in the morning. You know, it never gets old. Diesel and quotes from Apocalypse Now. When you have 5 minutes left on your e-log, I'm coming for you. This is whacked. This is so Facebook. Like, okay, so those were two individual pictures. Somebody put them together, and somehow it makes sense in the trucking industry, right? That's pretty funny. How we doing? Or you can't see the live chat. Okay, really? Can you guys see the live chat? Let me know if you can see the live chat. But I think you guys can. So check your feed, Dave. You may want to restart, reboot, because I think folks are seeing. I see people talking to each other in the live chat. So give that a shot. By the way, Kimberly, thank you as well. Actually, I think I saw your text first, Kimberly. So thank you so much. And I also see, yeah, nothing going on YouTube. Okay, that's interesting. Well, Car Hauler 38 sees it. Brian sees it. Bill sees it. But listen, man. Hey, this is trucking, dude. Anything can happen. Even an angry truck in a little car that says no. The little car that says... That feeling when you leave your truck and get back in your personal vehicle. That's pretty funny. That's actually... Some of these... That's why I like memes. They're very smart. They're very smart. On my way to work, on my way home. See, that's clearly very smart. Very smart. You've got Will Ferrell in two different movies. Behind the Wheel. I don't remember. Oh, that's when he's... Yeah, I think Ron Burgundy. The new guy may not have the experience he says he has. See, now even a dispatcher knows that you're doing it wrong. Oh, so sorry for truck drivers. They make their living sitting on their... Too lazy to have a real job. By the way, you know I keep this clean. It is a family show. But Russell says, hey, Sam, the next time you go to the store to buy all the stuff you need, I think you need to remember how all that stuff got there for you. Truckers are away from friends and families with children for weeks, sometimes months at a time. So you can buy that cucumber your wife is... Oh, my God. Oh, my gosh. This is a family show, Russell. That is pretty funny. Okay. We're clearly not getting any better. You park terribly. I put my nuts. Oh my gosh, show is off the hook. What happened? What is going on here tonight? Facebook. You got a dirty mouth, Facebook. That's interesting. I don't know. It's a good segue. We got a leaner. Apparently being a forklift operator at a boatyard is pretty fun. Woo! Man, we got some pretty dirty memes tonight. When truck drivers retire and go fishing. Well, at least that one was clean. I don't see any dirty language in that one. Oh, okay, that's nice. Oh, this is interesting. Okay, so this is, for fun, and this is for keeps. Dang, look at that. That's crazy. What else we got in here? You can join my company. Wow, that's cool. Oh, I know. It's crazy. Dave likes that one. I know that's some great. Man, I like Facebook memes. People say no memes, no way. I don't know. Send them over. Oh, this one's heavy, man. Look at that. It's not only a great picture, but it's very heavy. It's pretty sweet. And if you have a great picture of your truck, man, who is tired? Listen, somewhere somebody's still in the snow or is about to be again. It's crazy, isn't it? It's been sunny. I'm in Kansas City. It's been sunny today and yesterday. Oh man, loved it. By the way, I found this interesting. This, if maybe you don't think of the country, or rather the continent, split up in two regions, like trucking regions. If you don't think about that, but this is interesting. Obviously, Alaska, Canada, that's pretty clear right there. But to see, West Coast, Rockies, Gulf Coast, Midwest, Lower Atlantic, Central Atlantic, New England, found that really interesting. Thought I would just share it. Okay. And this is I think this was Sean sent me this from Ocean Roads Transport. Baltimore Harbor Tunnel northbound bore closed for 60 days. What a bummer. So if you don't already know about that, that's something you're probably going to want to know about. And there are instructions here. So just, Google Harbor Tunnel closed. I would do that. Avoid I-895, dude. By the way, man, you know what? You've seen on Facebook lately that just move over. Can you just move over? When you see somebody on the shoulder, move over. Just move over. It is a dangerous job. Driver fell out of his truck this morning and cracked his head open on my trailer rim. My goodness. I mean, just can't catch a break, Man, what are the chances? Sheesh. Okay, now this probably could have been avoided. Am I right? Just, it's a bummer. It's a bummer. And this is one of those situations where, I read the, he was using the straps and he was trying to, actually he was having a good day. That I don't have it was a lot of words, so I didn't share it. But I just got the picture. My point is, car shippers, waiting on your hair appointment, wondering where your car hauler is, staring at your watch, and oh my gosh, the car hauler. Hey, this is a bad day in car hauling. You don't have this kind of bad day normally in regular, 9 to 5 cubicle stuff. All right, that's my point. Okay. By the way, yeah, this is you anybody can find a way to work out. I think we all. What I'm really hoping is that somebody out there right now watching goes, you know what? I'm going to try and do something tomorrow. I'm going to try and do 5 sit-ups, 10 push-ups. I'm going to carry that barbell. I got that barbell sitting in the back of the cab for like 2 years. I'm going to dust it off. Do some, just do some sit-ups and stretches, Anyways. Right, that's for all of us. Speaking of exercising your mind and body, I am going to be speaking at AHA. I talked about this before, but I want to get the word out. Here we go. Check it out. There it is, Auto Transport. Oh, yeah, my other picture had arrows. There we go, Auto Transport Intel, help for the car hauler community. The goal here is at AHA, at the spring meeting, May 6th through 8th, on Tuesday, about approximately 3:30. I'm going to be speaking, and I'm going to be joined, me and Ty, and also Sun Country Trailers will be there with us, and a mystery guest. And we're going to be talking about basically this. Okay, so in car hauling, it's no secret this is a fragmented industry. If you're a driver, you're fragmented from the broker, you're fragmented from the shipper, you're fragmented from the insurance agent. You know what I'm saying. And when you go to ask a question, you might get, you may not get a straight answer. You may feel like you're being ridiculed. You may feel like you're getting good information for the first time, but then you've had so much other information, you just don't know. Well, the point of Auto Transport Intel, the car hauling business channel, is to try and help bring some of this information together, to bring this community a little bit closer, maybe 1 centimeter at a time. Maybe by episode 1,000, we'll finally have some extreme viewership and participation. But for now, you guys are lucky because you're here with me now, and we are doing this. We are building an ecosystem and community in car hauling. Even if, we got the forces against us, we are going to build a community. We're doing it. And what's really cool is I see in the live chat people helping each other, people talking, and I'll tell you, I know that there are Facebook groups that exist right now, but it seems like it's pretty hard to get into that group. The groups have X number of folks that already know each other, and to join is not that easy. It doesn't feel, you don't feel so welcome so often. And I want to help change that, and that's my point. Help for the car hauler community. Auto Transport Intel is an open forum. Everybody is welcome here. I may not have the answers you need all the time, but I do want to talk to you. I want to talk about the things that matter, whether it's equipment or getting your authority, or it's a legal problem, or it's insurance, it's taxes, it's brokers, it's load boards, it's mobile apps, it's bill of lading, it's connecting to QuickBooks. We're going to talk about all those things. That's what Auto Transport Intel is for. So listen, before I move into, we're going to talk to Ben, the parts and service manager at Sun Country Trailers here in a minute. But before we do, listen, the CTS Business Coaching question of the day is, what's holding you back from getting a Sun Country trailer? I really want to know what it is. I want you to share it in the live chat. If you're watching this after the fact, you can put it in the comments below. But why don't you have a Sun Country trailer? I want to know. Do you want one? Do you not want one? What's going on? Because I tell you what, the feedback you give, I think is going to be really helpful for the Sun Country Trailers folks. And so let's do this. Before I do anything further, I'm going to, that's right, I got to remove my hacker tape there. Let's see. Okay. Always forgetting something. Oh, man. Okay. So there we go. So my picture's back, but I'm serious. If you've got a question for Sun Country Trailers, I want you to share it. So here's what's going to happen. We're going to have a word from our sponsor, and when we come back, we're going to be talking to Ben in the Parts and Service Department. He's the manager at the headquarters of Sun Country Trailers in Phoenix, Arizona, and I hope you'll stick around.
When it comes to creating quality car haulers, precise engineering and expert manufacturing is key. Since 1986, Sun Country Trailers has specialized in manufacturing industrial-strength commercial haulers to fit every need. Each Sun Country Trailer car hauler is built with hand-cut steel and precision-cut parts for consistency and craftsmanship you can rely on. Once built, each hauler is sandblasted and given a rich powder coat finish, after which the hydraulics and wiring are expertly installed. Before leaving our manufacturing facility, each car hauler undergoes a stringent inspection, using a checklist and build sheet to ensure premier quality results. Need something unique? Choose among our wide range of upgrade options for a versatile car hauler that meets your precise needs. Our experienced service department is able to help you with any repairs, maintenance, and replacement parts your Sun Country trailer may need. And because we stand by our industry-leading quality, each Sun Country trailer is backed by a 1-year warranty on both the structure and all non-wearable parts. Learn more online at suncountrytrailers.com or call us today at 866-887-2453.
All right, so you definitely want to check out a Sun Country trailer when you get the chance. And, you've got the phone number. Go to suncountrytrailers.com and you can email info@suncountrytrailers.com. And then that's how you can get email information. Now, joining me right now is Brian. He is the parts and service manager at Sun Country Trailers. And we're happy to have him here tonight. So let's see. I think Brian's going to bring up his picture here in a second. And if you have any questions, Brian, let me know. But we see that you've joined the live meeting. And let me just pause the audio on that for a second. But I can see you logging in. So, and these things, based on our internet connection and where we're at, we should be able to get logged in. So we're just gonna let Brian get tuned in there for a second. And by the way, Brian, I think I can hear the show in the background on your end, so you might want to turn off the show before you join. That way we don't hear the audio in the background. So give that a shot. And let's do this. While we're waiting on that, I've got some more live chat messages here. And let's do this. Hey, Brian, I don't know if you can hear me, but I'm going to... if I boot you from the meeting, I don't want to do that. But if I do it, I don't know if you can come back in. And I don't want to do that to you. But I don't know if you can hear me or not. This is what live TV is all about, ladies and gentlemen. All right, so let's see some live chats. Everything is good on your end? Okay, cool. You can join my company. Do you have a CDL? And do me a favor, Eliza, if you are near Brian, in fact, I'm going to send Brian a... Oh, wow, I got some... Oh, and then today's load. Oh, a steer blowout? Oh, man. Let's see here. Ben, can you hear me? Oh, awesome, awesome. I just sent you an email. No problem. I can hear you, but I cannot see you. So, oh, there we go. There we go. Awesome.
Perfect. Let me shut the blinds real quick here.
Awesome, awesome. And then let's go ahead and do that. And let's do that. All right, cool, man. So you can see me and hear me okay?
Yes, I can.
All right, listen, welcome to the show, Ben. You are the parts and service manager at Sun Country Trailers at the Sun Country headquarters in Phoenix. Is that right?
Yes, sir, I am. I've been here about 4 years.
Awesome. All right, man, listen, we really appreciate you taking the time out of your busy day. Did you have a busy day?
Yeah, we had a busy day today. We had quite a few meetings here to talk about production and improving our capabilities. So it's quite a busy day.
Is there anything you can share if it's not too top secret?
We're really working on changing our processes so that we can produce more units, so we can meet the demand of our customers.
Okay, so there's a good starting point. So if you're able to, are you able to share how many trailers you all manufacture in a certain amount of time?
I think last year we did about 200 units. We should exceed that this year.
Okay, so 200. Did that break down to, was that about 16 a month?
Yeah, we do. Yeah, about 16 a month. We do 4 to 5 a week.
Okay, so and how's that? And now, how does that translate into customer demand, etc.?
Well, the demand is driven a lot by we have a strong dealer network. Most of our dealers are stocking dealers, so they're constantly placing orders for units, so the units are ground and ready and available for individuals who they have a unit that works for my spec and what I need. I can go get it right now. And then we have other customers that want to order something special, one with certain options that meet their needs best. And they'll order either through the dealer network or through ours, and then they'll get put on the build schedule. And and that kind of it allows you to kind of think of, okay, do I really need this? Do I want this? Is there a value in this? Am I willing to wait? Can I wait? And those things all play into that.
Well, and then also, right, so dealers they want to balance that inventory. They want to have something a customer can look at I don't know, maybe probably can't try. Can you try out a trailer?
I mean, if you came here, we always have one. We can operate it for you. We've not had anybody ask us to load them. Not to say that we probably wouldn't. We have tons and tons of pictures of a variety of different loads here. But for example, customers come in here into Phoenix all the time, and we will give them a tour of the facility. We'll show them how they're produced. We'll show them the inventory we have here. We welcome them to operate the equipment, ask the questions that they have, kind of put their hands on it, feel it, touch it, which really allows them to really understand what they're looking at.
Well, by the way, so what I did is I was just pulling up some information about Sun Country Trailers. Because I like to pull up the website and then some of the PDF documents, so that folks can see, as you're talking about things, where would be, let's say someone out there right now is a new car hauler, and they're thinking, wow, Sun Country Trailers, where do I start? Let's say they're looking at 3, 4, 5 car trailer. How can you introduce them to your trailers?
Well, if they're here, the real nice thing is we have several of each of the models here. So we have, I'm sitting here looking outside the office, and we probably got 12 units on the ground here, anything from a 4-car drop deck to a 5-car next gen to a 5-car anniversary. I think we have some wedges out here. We have some low pros out here, all different types. And so what we can do is we can see. So for example, the picture you have here, that's a 4-car low pro with a lift and tilt in the front. That you can see it. Okay, you can spatialize and visualize. How would you load it? How does this work for your business model? And you can see, is there a value in going to a 5-car? Is this to fit your business model best? You can really see and look at it and understand, okay, here's the pros and cons of each one and which one fits your needs best.
Let's do this. Let's start with the 4-car, since you were just talking about it. So, you're hands-on with these trailers.
Mm-hmm.
Can you tell me more about how this design came about and why some of the decisions were made the way they were?
So this design originated from the original low pro model, which was probably an air, mostly built in an air ride, single axle air ride, air brake. So this one here is spec'd with electric brake axles. So this would be a great option for somebody with a 5500 or better truck. Like the real low profile, so that you can haul your high profile stuff, but you have the versatility with the lift and tilt deck, so that you can get 4, and sometimes 5 with the right combination, but most of the time pretty consistently 4. So we have in the front there, we have a lift and tilt deck. So the standard comes with a 36-stroke cylinder to lift it and a 46-stroke cylinder to tilt it. That really allows you to articulate the load to keep you under height and really allow you to get the one underneath it. So this is a very versatile trailer. In the electric brake model comes with pull-out ramps, which you can option for aluminum ones. You can get 3 different types of axles in it. You can get just an electric brake. You can get electric over hydraulic drum or electric over hydraulic disc. And then there are two tire options you can do with this. You can go with a 16-inch wheel and tire, or you can go with a 17.5, which comes with a TH22 Hankook, which is a very, very nice tire.
And so, in the design of this trailer, like for example the tilt, was there a period of time where you just had the lift but not the tilt, and then realized, tell me some more about that.
The first generation just had a tilt, so the deck was set up probably about 24 inches. So then you would just have a tilt. Well, that's great. And it worked for a while, but it didn't have that versatility. So we developed the lift cylinders in there with the vertical post, and that really allowed us to be versatile. You can now, and typically they run with flippers on this, so you can get the car further forward. You can tilt it up just enough that you need it, but not too much, and really sneak that other car underneath it.
Is that a recent addition? Because I feel like I knew a guy that had the flipper without the hydraulic. I'm trying to.
It's been around for quite some time. I think from like the early or the mid to early 2000s, we started doing that.
Okay.
But
Cool.
historically, the original design it was set up like 12 inches, and it just pivoted at that point.
Let's do this. So, because I've got some more of the PDFs here, where should I go from here? Let's say I'm like, well, you know what? And by the way, since we're on the 4 car, so tell me more about the drop deck versus what we just saw.
So the drop deck is probably our most popular electric brake trailer. It's a very, very nice trailer. It loads really, really well, and the customers that have it are really, really pleased with it. It comes with Dexter 12 kV axles, and again, you can order those in electric brake. You can get an electric over hydraulic drum or electric over hydraulic disc. It's got one tilting deck. The standard feature has one tilting deck, as you can see here. And it's got a really, really long lower deck. So as you can see here, we've got 3 cars up front, and then we've got an F-150 on the back. And there is tons and tons and tons of room here. That F-150 is nowhere near the Toyota in the front, and it's not even out on the rear flippers on this.
Right.
It is really not uncommon to see with the right load combination, to be able to get 5 cars on.
I was gonna say that's what it looks like. Because
Go ahead.
That truck. I mean, that's a crew cab.
Crew cab 4-wheel drive truck.
Right. Yeah.
We have an option for this trailer that's pretty nice too. So kind of the downside to this is this isn't really a low profile trailer. So the low profile position you have is the number 4 position on this where the truck's sitting, which that's kind of a give. Versus the other one. So the other one is low profile all the way through. So this one here, the number 1 and 2 positions have a higher profile. So it's hard to get something like a Sprinter van or a 4-wheel drive truck up there. So this is really ideal for, if you're not really hauling a whole lot of high profile stuff, but you can, occasionally it's there. You're mainly doing SUVs, you're doing cars, some smaller stuff. This is a great option. We do have an option for this that allows that tilting deck in the center, the number 2 position, to lay. It actually lifts and tilts, so it'll drop down to where it's about 11 inches above that top frame rail. That gives you some versatility to meet your needs, so that you can have that as a low profile option as well.
And here's a question: what's the max weight on the lift on the tilt?
So we rate them at 7,000 pounds. For the deck. With that being said, that's what we say. Doesn't mean that there aren't pictures where they don't lift them. It's lifted it.
Right.
That's kind of our rule of thumb, is you really want to be about 7,000 pounds.
Okay. And we're going to keep in mind, Scott has a question. Do you have any trailers that are comparable to, say, the Cottrell 5309?
No, we don't make anything like that.
Right, I was just thinking that too. But we're going to tease this right now. We're excited to get later on. We're going to talk with Mike, and we're going to look at his custom 7 car, which I've seen a few more pictures. Actually, I saw a picture shared on Facebook earlier where he had 2 FedEx vans and then 4 cars.
Mm-hmm.
And it's cool. As I look at this, I consider that pickup truck. I'm wondering, could you get one of them bread vans with these 3 cars? Yeah.
Yeah, in that position, yes.
Yeah. So I mean, because that's a lot of room right there.
Yeah, it's a lot of room. Unfortunately, the picture's cropped, but there's at least 3.5 feet behind that rear tire of floor space still, without including the flippers.
And I can see that even from this picture without seeing the end. Yeah. No, there's clearly a lot of room left there. Let's do this. Let's go on to, because these images are really great. We can either go to the 5-car single axle, the next gen anniversary. Let's go to the single axle first.
Sure.
All right, so here we are at this.
Okay, so we got a single axle 5-car next gen. What really is kind of interesting about this, that it's kind of hard to tell here, but this one is, if you look at between the number 3 and number 4 position, the amount of height you have there in clearance in the front of that tilt deck.
Yeah.
This is set up with the up 12 plus 18 option, which what that means is when everything's collapsed, the front of that number 3 deck will be even with the number 1, number 2 position, but it'll slope down to right about where the front of that F-150 is. It's a real nice option because it allows you to still keep that low profile when you need it. But with setting it up 12 inches, we get an additional 12 inches of lift between the number 3 and number 4 position, which really is versatile in getting, your crossovers, your SUVs, and some pickups down in there. It really gives you a lot of lift. The single axle is a great option for somebody who's running, in the East Coast and you're worried about tolls. It's very, very simple. There's no hydraulic drop belly on it. It's really, really simple to run. Very, very user friendly.
Yeah, I mean, this is great when there's so many times you don't know the vehicle mix ahead of time. You're just headed over there. And then when you get there, that's when you have to be able to figure it out. And if you've got the fixed deck, you may not be able to figure it out depending on what you've got. So I mean, this is nice. Let's see. I think we had a couple other. Oh no, I guess we answered that one. So let's go to the anniversary.
Okay. This right here, the anniversary, is probably one of our top selling models. It's kind of a toss up between this and the next gen. The next gen would be similar to what we just looked at. Anniversary, guys just love it. They love that angled deck and the angle number 2 position, and they just find it extremely versatile. This one here, it's hard to tell in the picture, but does have a front shotgun. So it's got a 46-stroke cylinder on the front that allows you to retract and extend the flippers, which is a very, very, very nice option. As we, Eliza and Brian talked about in our last episode, our trailers are heavy. They're heavy to last. They're built, we built them out of structure to last, and those front flippers are atrociously heavy. So this is really nice. It allows you to extend out just what you need and retract, whatever else you don't. But more importantly, you don't have to get up there. You don't have to lift them to flip them out. You don't have to lift them to flip them in. And it's really, really nice.
So let's talk about the material. Let's talk about the steel. Go ahead and lead that, because I know there's a lot to say about the materials you're using.
Yeah. So I'm the parts and service manager here, but I also do majority of the purchasing here. So I buy all the steel. We use all U.S.-based steel. All the steel's made here. It's milled here. It's transported from here in the United States. We use selected mills that have proven consistency in radiusy, quality, and physical in actual appearance. So most of the structure on here is quarter wall tubing. It's strong. It's durable. It takes time, time where we're not worried about it being thin material and rusting out. It's more than capable of handling the load and the abuse that the car haulers get. It's really, really nice. We use, like I said, quarter wall tubing on most of the structure. The flooring, you have 2 options in flooring. You can either get 10 gauge, which is our heavy duty spec. So if you're hauling real heavy equipment, you want to be you're real cautious of what you're going to put on it. You don't want to see that waviness or possibly a risk of putting something on there you probably shouldn't have and damaging it. You can go with 10 gauge. Our standard is 12 gauge. With that being said, the 12 gauge is very impressively strong. It's, I've seen trailers that have 12 gauge that are 8, years old, and the floor's got some waves in it, but man, does it sure still look good. So really, if you're looking for something heavy duty that you can, more or less, you can really put to the test, a 10 gauge flooring is a great option. A lot of our customers choose it. It's kind of, more material means a little bit better strength. So they opt for, most customers opt for that 10 gauge option.
And you were talking about the brakes. Tell me more about, what's going on with the brakes and why you chose which ones you have.
Okay, so in our air ride air brake, we use a ride wheel suspension. We are currently using the 266 suspension, which is a low profile, totally encapsulating arm on the beam. We have two different brake options. You can go with your standard drum brakes, which are going to run your 4515 Qs, brake pads, run the mills, or you can run a disc brake system. Currently, we're using a Bendix disc brake system, which is going to be similar to what's found on your Freightliners. It's going to be on your Peterbilts, on your Volvos, all those. And it seems to be a very, very, very good combination for truck and trailer. Availability of parts is good. But one thing we have done in the last year is all of our axles come equipped to receive auto air inflation. So for those of you guys that aren't familiar with it, auto air inflation is a system where it pressurizes the beam of the axle, and then there is a spindle with some some lines coming out of it that go into your valve stems, and so it keeps your tire pressure at an optimal pressure. So you can set it, I think, as low as 90 psi and as high as 120. And if you have an issue, say you have a slow leak or you have a tire that's going flat, and the system will read that it's adding air. And at that point, it'll have an indicator light that comes on that you can see. It's right by the ABS light. That indicator light will allow you to know, oh, I've got a problem. I need to pull over before you have some sort of catastrophic failure. So you can order the trailer with the auto inflation already upfitted. And then I believe it was about, any trailers within a year old, you can upfit it to it as well.
Question just came in. Do you sell punch deck by length?
We do. We sell it in 10-foot sections. We'd be more than happy to ship it to you. I will say that shipping a 10-foot piece of sheet metal gets rather expensive. So we'd be more than happy to do it. Just be cautious that if you're ever in Phoenix and you want to come see the facility and you want to pick up some punch deck flooring, we'd be more than happy to sell you that. We'll help you load it, strap it down, and get you on the road with it.
Yeah, I mean that would actually, I'm sure that's a better way to go if possible, unless it's
it certainly is.
Right, and that way, yeah, I mean you're at the shop. You were also talking about axles.
Mm-hmm.
Did you have anything else to add on them? Like, for example, you were talking about the ability to raise an axle. I think Eliza was talking about that last. Tell me more about that, if you would.
So that's a lift axle kit. That is something that is really best built when you order a trailer. It's not really something I would recommend retrofitting because it takes a lot of work to retrofit it. But it is an extremely nice option. We can add what's called a lift axle kit to it, and it'll raise the front axle. And by raising that front axle, it's there when you need it, and it's not when you don't. So Brian talked last week about tolls. You pay by the axle. So if you don't need the axle and you're running across the toll road, pull it up. You're not paying the toll on it. Saves on wear and tear of the tires. If you don't need the second axle, you don't need to run it. It's really nice. It's a manual air valve switch. We typically put it right behind the axles. If you get a tunnel toolbox back there, we put it inside the tunnel toolbox. You pull the lever and it'll deflate the main bags. It'll inflate the lift bags. It doesn't lift, like you would drive down and see maybe in like a dump truck or something or a dry van where it really lifts up. It lifts up. It's probably 4 or 5 inches off the ground. But and that's about all the lift you get out of an undermounted suspension. So it's not going to like way tuck in there, but it's going to be more than high enough off the ground that it doesn't skip, it doesn't catch. Most importantly, it's not running on the ground where you have to pay toll.
Awesome. All right, so let me see here. Let me ask you, you see the ins and outs every day. How do you feel? Do you have a feeling about the trailers? Why? I mean, you must like working there.
Oh, I absolutely love working here. I wear many hats here. I love dealing with the customers. I get to hear the great stories we have, and of course everybody wishes this was different because it meets their business need better, and that was different from I wish that was a little different because that would meet my needs better. One of the great things about my job is I get to sit and talk with everybody and see what they wish was different, and then I get to work with our R&D staff. I get to work with the sales staff. Say, hey, this is what I'm hearing. this is what people would like. Do we see a value in it? Is this something we can implement? This, will more than this guy see the value in it? And more often than not, it's yes, so everybody, most everybody would see a value in it, or they'll see a value in this portion of it, and it will work for this application and this application. So that part's awesome. Every day is different here. We do something new and exciting every day. We come up with new and exciting things all the time. It's a great place to work. Great people. Everybody here is welcoming. I could not ask for a better place to work.
That's awesome. And I'll tell you what, it sounds to me like, is Mike with us?
Yes, I am.
Awesome. So here's what's
Mike.
Hey, Mike, how you doing?
Doing well. How are you guys doing?
Well, doing pretty good. Here's what we're going to do. We are going to, because this is a great segue to go to talk into, we're going to bring Mike into the conversation. If you're just joining us, I'm here with Ben, the parts and service manager at Sun Country Trailers. And when we come after this break, we're going to see another brief video of Sun Country Trailers and why you should consider getting a Sun Country trailer if that's an option for you. We're going to talk to Mike, and Mike has a custom 7 car. Is that right?
That's correct.
That's right. Okay, so when we come back from the break, we're going to talk to Mike about his custom 7 car. So I hope you'll stick around, and we'll be right back.
At Sun Country Trailers, we're committed to manufacturing durable car haulers that get the job done safely and efficiently. Our skilled team hand-builds each next-generation anniversary edition 5-car hauler using precision-cut parts for industrial strength and ease of loading, ensuring premium quality you can rely on. Its low-profile, star-punched flooring, hydraulic systems, and 3-point ratchet straps allow for safe and easy loading, while the tubed frame and powder coat finish provide unmatched durability. The angled curve at the front of this car carrier allows for more room in the first 2 positions. Designed for moving minivans, SUVs, and crossovers, the additional space also allows for more creative loading. There are a wide variety of optional upgrades to choose from, such as heavy-duty ramps, LED light packages, flip-out extensions, and more to create the perfect hauler for every job. Whether you're hauling regionally or nationally, low profile or high profile, trust Sun Country Trailers to go the distance. Learn more online at suncountrytrailers.com or give us a call at 866-887-2453.
All right. Thanks for sticking around, and we're back with Ben, Parts and Service Manager at Sun Country Trailers, and we've got Mike from MR Weaver Transport. And Ben, you asked me a question. Do I have the picture of the 7 car?
Yes.
Okay, so let's see if I can bring that up. I should have it with me here. Because what we're going to do is we're going to take a look at Mike is driving a custom 7-car Sun Country trailer. Is that the one?
That one will work.
All right. I pulled that up because I used that on the cover of the video because I like this picture because I could easily see all the parts of the trailer plus the cab over truck, and he had a full load of 7 cars.
Yeah.
There you go.
And in fact, maybe what you could have been referencing too, I think, Mike, did you send me a picture of... Oh, okay, no, I guess there's not another one from today, but go ahead. Let's talk more about this trailer.
All right, so what led to this, I had a 2011 5-car Sun Country, and then I had a 2017 next-gen 5-car Sun Country, and before that I had a wide variety of trailers, all the way from an 11-car old Delavan to a Miller 7-car, and some other pieces of equipment in there. But our target market is commercial, oversized commercial up to 102 wide. So I love cab over trucks. I've had 5 of them. And so when MAP 21 came along and moved the Stinger stair regulation from 75 to 80 plus 6 foot of allowable overhang in all 50 states. I decided to go ahead and build what I thought would be the most versatile rig for my operation and to service our customers with what we do. And what you see there is what you're looking at. That was the outcome of that thought process and many trial and errors. And here we are today running an extremely profitable rig that I absolutely love to run.
Yeah, and I just pulled up. I found the shot that I saw on Facebook with the 2 FedEx vans and the 4 cars.
Yep, that's the current load I'm under. I'm actually on the way down to Miami, Florida. We had the 4 cars are for AT&T, the wireless provider.
Mm-hmm.
We haul directly for them. Those are relocations for them, and then the FedEx are for an upfitter that refurbs them to send them back into the FedEx fleet. So, but both of them are direct guys that we work with, and what we built the rig to do.
It really is it's a beautiful trailer. It looks extremely versatile. So what was it like when you guys got together and planned this trailer?
There's a lot of head shakings from me and one of the R&D guys here, but we were really excited about it.
So when was that?
So I started the conversation. I work with Bill at Sandcrest, which is one of Sun Country's dealers. I haul for them. And I started the conversation with Bill about doing this. And he put me in contact with Brian and Ben. And I built the truck and took it down to them and said, hey, this is what we want to do. They already had the plans and format in place. And we just tweaked it to my operation, and it turned out phenomenal.
Yeah, this was a lot of fun to build. It was out of the normal scope that we've done. We've done one other Stinger, and this one here. It was just so nice to work with Mike on it because he had a vision, and it fit in our business model. It fit in the kind of structure we wanted to build, the kind of trailer and the quality we wanted to build, and the versatility we wanted to build. And so I think once the shock that we were going to build a Stinger wore off, we were all so excited to be a part of it. Every guy in the shop got to put some part of his blood, sweat, and tears into this. And just to see the pictures of it working and it functioning the way it does and how cool it looks going down the road is just awesome. Every time Mike sends us a picture, man, we walk right out in the shop and show the guys and say, hey, look, this is what Mike's doing with this thing. Look at how great it looks. It was a really fun trailer to build. And when you stand behind this thing and you look up it with that cab over, it's like a mile long. I mean, it's just deck space as far as the eye could see. It's really neat trailer.
Dude, it seems like you're really maximizing it, like probably on a regular basis at this point. I mean, right?
Yes. So what happens is we build loads around the versatility that both to obviously for me it's to create revenue, and for the customers it's to deliver a quality customer service to the end user. So between the two, and it's fun to run. And I like to think outside of the box. It's definitely that. It stirred a few people up in the auto hauling world. I almost go nowhere that somebody don't come and question me about it. And very happy to be here after many different rigs and many years in the auto hauling industry. And here I am in the specialized side of that with a super heavy duty, well built Sun Country rig that is really working out.
And by the way, you probably don't have to leave the ground very often, do you?
No, you tie everything down from the ground. It's all soft tie design. I actually minus the hard ties out to save some steel and extra points where you needed to weld to put the hard chain tie downs in. So it is all soft tie, so they're completely maneuverable to the load that you that you're hauling, you can position the soft ties to wherever they need to fit to secure it properly.
You said you started with the cab over. How did that come about? And what's the story with your cab over?
Okay, so I've had 5 Freightliner cab overs now, and so I like cab overs. I like the design, the simple functionality. They're not a luxury liner to work out of, but because of the overall length regulation, small cab over like I am running maximize my deck space. I actually have 75 foot of working deck space. No conventional can do that. Any conventional out there, you're at least going to lose 3-4 feet. So the cab over maximizes my my non-stackable deck space when I'm hauling the big stuff. Is the exact reason I did it.
Yeah, that makes sense.
And Jay, I don't know, Mike probably won't say this, but this truck is absolutely gorgeous. He put a year, right, Mike?
A little over a year in building it. I mean, we built it from the frame up, custom interior, motor transmission. The whole drivetrain is redone. It's got a high horsepower Detroit in it, at about 540 horsepower, 1850 torque. So it's a beautiful truck to run. If you're a gearhead, it runs great.
Okay, it's absolutely gorgeous. He did an absolute great job on refurbing it.
Let's see.
Appreciate it.
It really is. I want to see if I'm going to pull up some more pictures here. Because I'm imagining. I mean, the combinations you put together. By the way, who's putting together these combinations? That must be an interesting job.
So, I have to give my brother Brian, which is my partner in the business, some credit there. He is very good at maximizing my efficiency. I wouldn't be as successful if it wasn't for him. He has a knack for filling in the spots, and then obviously we have a ton of direct customers. So basically, we work off the direct customers and marry spot cars in with that to maximize profitability and efficiency.
Right, exactly. So you've got a mix of customers and then filling in spaces with load boards, and he just knows that he can really push it. Because there's your bread van. I'm assuming the bread van is off of a load board. That's my guess.
Actually, that was for a direct customer.
There you go.
As well.
Oh, there you go.
Probably something else with that would have been off the load board. I would imagine. I would think so. Yes.
And then you got the U. I mean, U bodies are real popular, especially if you have a like a contract with. Well, you were just talking about AT&T. That's got to be a great contract.
Yeah, we've been hauling for AT&T going on about 8 years now. So, like, the cars I currently have on for them are relocation ones. They're going to their Miami hub to remarket them. We have worked with her. I can't remember her first name right off the bat, but at AT&T for quite a few years. So that's been a built relationship that pays them because they know the job will get done, and it pays us because it's not a standard rate structure. It pays quite a bit better.
And it just so happens that I recall that I booked an AT&T vehicle off of a load board, which actually led to a relationship with the guy that I was hauling for. There's just so many lanes with a company like that if you're the right car hauler on that lane. So where do you run? What are your main running lanes?
Okay, so my primary running lane is I live in Pennsylvania, eastern Pennsylvania, and my primary running lane is between there and the Midwest. So I have 4 dealers in Omaha, Nebraska I haul for. Also, we do a lot of stuff for Phil with Sandcrest back for Napa High coming back to the East Coast, which is all the service trucks that you see me hauling. And so predominantly the Midwest run, we will go everywhere. I've been to California with this rig, and obviously I'm on my way to Florida, but my target predominantly is the Midwest with many variations thereof.
You said California, so I was pulling this up. But here we go. This is you can see North Scottsdale right there in the background. So clearly this is Arizona. I knew it was Southwest.
All
And
right, so that was the first load I ever hauled with the rig. That was the day
Wow.
I picked it up at Sun Country,
Great.
and I that was all load board stuff there. I don't have many contacts down that way, so we put that together off the load board, and that was North Scottsdale. Right now, that was Airstream. I was hauling. They work. They are an Airstream dealer, and those were going back to Airstream and wherever that manufacturing facility, Ohio, I want to say, for whatever reason, and they needed to go back to get upfitted. I don't remember the exact details, but that was the first load ever on the rig.
maybe that's why everything is so shiny.
Well, what was in the sunny Southwest too, not up here in the Northeast where we're salt every other day in the winter. So yeah.
Yeah, no kidding. And listen, you know that's what's cool too is the relationship. You guys have I mean, after working on this project together, I mean, you guys have a solid relationship where that was one of the things I wanted to point out is that when you're working with Sun Country, it's not just another store, but I mean, you are building a relationship, and that's why Ben, in your position at Sun Country, you see drivers. I mean that you see these guys, you know these guys. It's part of your community.
Yeah, that's one of the better parts of my job is definitely get to create relationships and have conversations and get to joke around with people and really talk about a passion. I've developed a passion since I've been here for building car carriers and these all of our customers have a passion for using them. So I mean it's just a lot of fun.
I see, like, when you were going to say, I'm going to pass it over to you, Mike, but I also see in the live chat that people get excited. There is an excitement when people start talking about their equipment and hauling cars, especially. It's not just a 53-foot dry van, but you're hauling vehicles.
Yeah, and it's always changing, and you can look at it and go, "Well, I never would have thought to do it that way." I would have never thought to back that on or tilt that at this angle. And and it's great because you can learn from everybody, and the community is so open to discussion and to teaching, and that's really a great part about it. I mean, I've not met anybody that wasn't just overly nice and willing to help or answer questions or work towards a common goal. I mean, that's just a great part. You just don't find that in a lot of industries.
Right. Well, you were going to say something, Mike. I think I cut you off.
Yeah, as far as the passion for the job, so I'm going to go back in time, way back to before my grandpa started trucking in 1930s, actually. And so my family, uncles, we've been in transportation for decades, many years. And when my brother started into this segment, I was doing bulk commodities, like feed, where I was hauling mulch and feed and all that kind of stuff. And he said, "Hey, you want to come over and join me in car hauling?" I said, "Yeah, absolutely. I need a challenge." And that has proved. I knew from the second week I was hauling with him that I finally found where I needed to be, because I like to push myself to the limits of what I'm capable of doing and providing for my family and my customers. And it's a great place to be. I enjoy it thoroughly. You'll almost never hear me complain, because I'd be a fool to do so.
You're just making me think. I know that. Okay, so I've spent most of my time as a dispatcher, so I'm on the phone with drivers, and I've lived somewhat through drivers' experiences on the road, and to get a view into what it's like to pick up, deliver. But I talk to the customers on the phone, and I know that even though it can be, there's trouble picking it up. There's trouble fitting it on the trailer. There's trouble on the road. Then there's the consternation of trying to coordinate the time and all this stuff. And then, but when it finally happens, and then the car is unloaded and the signature is happening, and then after the money and that all whatever however the billing takes place, there's that moment of, I guess it's joy, that everybody's happy. The car is there, and there's that sense of completion and then appreciation of the vehicle. Am I wrong?
Yeah, no, absolutely. I mean, part of the deal is getting to meet people and faces of all different walks of life, races, religions. It's great. I love that part of it because it pushes me out of my comfort zone.
Yeah.
To growing personally as a person while providing a service. Yeah, absolutely love that part of it.
Isn't it funny? You could have a corporate customer, and then you're at a dealership that they just throw the keys at you, and then you're picking up at a residence, and man, I mean that thing is like a child, and they want to
Yeah,
know.
they're so worried. They're so worried. Well, how's this going to work? I want to know step by step.
Yeah, I mean and so you have the variance of customers, and I think that's why I've gotten frustrated at times if you're dealing with like if you throw a salvage vehicle in there, sometimes a salvage vehicle brings down the excitement of the rest of the process. We're gonna just gonna get and they, you talk to them about delivery, like, well, we'll just rip it off the trailer or whatever. We're like, really? That's not good for my trailer. If it's not even a car at this point, I'm not sure what it is. But you're making me think about that. Like, even okay, so car hauler 38, he's saying customers LOL, because we all know this. No matter what part of car hauling you work in, is that and even brokers know this too, that the personality of the customer and then the innate personality of the car mix, and then you got to fit that on your trailer, get the job done. You've only got so much time. And I think there is something too. I know that when if I'm at a truck stop and I see a mix of dry vans and then a few car haulers, which trailer do I want to spend more time looking at and learning about? The car hauler.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And yours, and that's one of the things. I'm going to bring up some more pictures here. What I like looking at your setup is that you can see that a lot of thought went into this trailer, and that's why we have you here tonight to talk about it. And
Absolutely.
And that's not something that happens very often. How often can you hear from two guys that put their heads together to design a trailer? This is a one of a kind, is that right?
Well,
yeah, absolutely.
yeah. This combination is, yes, one of a kind. I will tell you that the Stinger portion, the trailer portion, will probably come to market soon. The headache rack, the 2-car headache rack there, that's not really our bread and butter, but the trailer portion, there's a good talk that's something of maybe not this exact one, but a version of this will soon be available in market.
Awesome. So, and that is what's cool, is that is very typical in any brand and product, is that somebody has an idea, you create a brand extension prototype, and when it works, it turns into a whole new extension of product.
Yeah, this is the second one we built. The first one was very, very good. We learned a lot of things on the first one that we improved on this one. And this one here, we were all just so pleased with it, and we see a value in that for a guy running a Stinger steer unit, but you just can't take advantage of a low profile trailer. Now he can purchase this, hook up to his existing low Stinger steer unit, and now he's diversified his business.
What I'm gonna do is I'm actually gonna bring in. We have one more guest we're gonna bring in here. We're gonna bring in Brian. Now Brian is let's see, what I'm going to do is I'm going to stop that. I'm going to send an invite to him. And Brian has, I believe, he's either just ordered or purchased. He's going to tell us more about it. A trailer. And so while Mike has been on the road for years hauling with his Sun Country trailer, Brian is just about to get started. Which is interesting too, because I mean, you right there sitting in your chair, Ben. How many drivers? Is there a way you can estimate? It'd be like asking me how many cars I've booked. I have no idea. It's hundreds.
Yeah. I have no idea how many drivers I talk to. Yeah, typically I'll have one conversation with a driver, and he'll be like, "Hey, we talked last week. Okay, what did we talk about?" And usually once I get they refresh my memory, then I'm like, okay, we're right back into the conversation. But yeah, it's hard to count how many people we talk to.
I feel that way with people that I talk to. Now the community just keeps growing. In fact, we've got Brian with us now. Brian, can you see us and hear us okay? Let's see. Brian, I see you. Can you hear me? Hit the audio setting if you got it. But we hooked up earlier, so I know that. And this is why, as you guys know, I try to do video and audio testing just to make sure. But it's live; anything can happen. But I want to make sure Brian can hear me, and I think.
Okay, I got you.
Yeah, perfect.
Yeah,
I can hear you.
I got you.
Awesome. So Brian Pepson is with us. Pepson Auto Transport. Brian, I know you're excited. What's going on? Right? Like, how many days until you're hauling?
Got about 2 weeks.
About 2 weeks. All right. So
Yep.
what did you get? What do you have coming?
I got a 2014 Max or Mac, and I got a single axle 4-car Sun Country with the guy who bought it off. It's a used one. It's 2013, and the people I bought, they restored it, repainted it, went over everything. They put a center track on it for me. So now I can haul boats, I can haul cargo trailers, I can haul, I can haul anything with it. Like, I'm so versatile right now that I could, starting out as a new carrier, I'll be able to pretty much go any direction I want and see what works for me. So.
All right. So based on what he just said, Ben, Mike, what pops into mind? What kind of words of wisdom could you impart on Brian with that?
All right. Well, I'll inject there. So as far as putting the center rail on and targeting the trailer market, excellent choice. As long as it doesn't limit you on low profile vehicles, you got to be really careful with the center rail that it doesn't catch your front spoilers on low profile cars. That's it. That's the only advice I can give there. As far as load versatility with a light single axle trailer and truck, wonderful spot to be. You can register that at 54,960. Keep it under the highway use tax. Keep your registration low. We ran multiple rigs like that starting out, and wonderful spot to start out. Great choice.
Yeah, I agree with that. That's a great place to get into the market. It's a nice versatile trailer, easy to operate, doesn't limit you on anything. The trailer tracks is a great option. You do have to watch out for your air dams. And if you need anything, you can feel free to give me a call here at the office. I'd be more than happy to help you with any questions or concerns you have.
Cool.
Yeah, and one of the biggest things I was thinking is running the Northeast. I'm going to be running mostly New England, and with the single axle tractor, single axle trailer, we can run 22 to 25,000 pounds on X. So as far as so I should be fine with the weight. But my biggest thing is the tolls, and we have tolls everywhere in the Northeast. So the amount of money I'll save in tolls alone would be just like unbelievable.
Yes.
Now I was just gonna say, since we're talking about contact, so if Brian had info@suncountrytrailers.com, that's at least a beginning to get in touch with you if he had a question. Is that possible?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay, so and I'm gonna type it here: info@suncountrytrailers.com.
Yeah, that's a great place to start for sales questions, questions about the trailer, questions about repair, about parts, asking for advice, anything else. That's a great place to start.
We know that, Ty and I talk about niche business, right? Obviously you want to have versatility, but somewhere along the way you're gonna realize a niche that you can capitalize on.
Mm-hmm.
Do you have any leads onto any of that right now, Brian? Is there anything you're thinking?
Well, that's why I went with that kind of trailer, and I'm going with that setup. I just a little bit of a background. I mean, I gave up $130,000 a year job to do this. That's because of the corporation stuff. Did my homework. You also throw a job like that away for no reason. And did my homework and stuff. Originally, I was going to get a 5-car Sun Country. I'm like, I'm going to travel all over the country, go to Alaska. I'll take the ferry over to the Hawaii, whatever, And started talking to Ty. I was like, hey, short mile, long dollar, we're talking and stuff. And I started looking more into the short stuff. And, I'm like, boy, there's these trailer companies all around my house. I have 3 of them, 3 major trailer manufacturing companies around my house. So I'm going to call them up. I mean, I'm just going to call them up, see, if they're looking for guys to haul them. Call them up. Very good rates they have. All 3 of them are dying for people to haul their product. Like, you know what? This might be my opportunity. So I started looking at coffin trailers, and there's nothing to them. They're not very good quality or nothing. Looking at different types of trailers, and I was like, you know what? I'm going to get somebody to put a center rail on this Sun Country. And so right now, basically, to answer your question is, I'm going to use the cargo trailers as my outbound. So now I can get trailers going to Pittsburgh. I can get trailers going to Maine. In any direction I want, whenever I want. Pretty much. So, what I would, so my plan is, figure out a lane that you want to go in, and start bringing cars back from the auctions from maybe Pittsburgh, the Scranton, Wilkes-Barre area, or finding a lane that's going to work for me, and have trailers going out, have cars coming back, and maybe eventually just have cars, like see where it brings me, and like fill it out, see what happens.
And I like the way you did. You identified a niche, working with Ty. You guys talked about what's around you. How do you capitalize on that? Those cargo trailers with the center rail option you've got, that's not something everybody has. It's like when guys tell me they specialize in motorcycles. That's a great idea because not everybody does that. Somebody's got to move that cargo.
Yeah, exactly. And then another thing you got to remember too, in the Northeast, I mean, Brian, or what's this? Mike, sorry, but Mike will probably know, like the Northeast, Wallenpaupack is a huge lake. We have a lot of big lakes in the Northeast. So, I mean, who knows? Maybe in the fall and the spring, hauling boats back and forth to the lakes. I mean, there's a lot of different places we can bring it, and it's just finding the customer base and finding the niche that's going to work the best for me. That's going to be, that's going to be the most profitable.
Yeah, you got to keep us posted on the boats. I'm always interested when I hear boats on a car hauler. I know it's done. I don't know many that can do it, but I mean, it sounds like a pretty good. That's a pretty good niche right there. And people with boats have money, so you can't go wrong on that idea.
Yeah.
Of course, you're dealing with a very large baby, so Right?
Yeah, I kind of figure if it goes on the trailer with a winch and I can get it on, if I can load it myself and unload it myself, I'll haul it in the beginning and see what happens. And I'm open. Going into a new venture, you have to be open, and there's a lot more to it than like you see a lot of guys out there, and I'm just gonna go buy a truck, put stickers on the door, and go down the road. I'll tell you what, I learned. I gave myself about a month and a half of leeway. I'll tell you what, I'm using every bit of it, like learning things on, dealing with DOT, your IFTA, your authority. I incorporated. By the time you're done with all that stuff, you're going to need a month at least. And I mean, but you have to be prepared for everything when you go into a venture like this. It's a pretty big. It's probably a bigger undertaking than I originally thought it would be. And
Right.
and I think I think I was pretty well prepared for it. Doing my homework. I've been looking at it for a long time, and I'll tell you what, there's a lot more to it than I thought. It's quite a bit.
There is a lot to. Well, I was going to ask Ben. Ben, what do you do when you have, let's say, you have a prospective customer, but maybe they haven't done all of their homework. I'm sure you get a feel for that. Can you point them in a direction? What do you do?
So typically, I don't do much in the new trailer sales, but I field in phone calls and I'll talk to them and I'll explain them, hey, this is what I'm seeing in the market. This is the feedback I'm getting from customers. I ask them a lot of questions. I have a great group of people here, Brian and Eliza that have really, fostered my knowledge in the business. So I ask, the right questions for them, and I say, what are you planning on hauling? What's your lanes? What are you, what kind of equipment are you looking to run? What kind of investment are you willing to make? And so I can give advice, as far as, okay, I think this model would work best for you. Do some research on this model. Here are some options that I see that would be beneficial to you. These are what guys that come in and they go, oh, I wish I would have ordered it with this. Okay, well, we put it now, but it would have been nicer if like I would have thought I would have needed that, but now that I've been doing this, I need it. And so I give a lot of feedback into there, and usually I'll transfer them over to Eliza, or I'll transfer them to one of the dealers, and I'll have a quick conversation with them. Hey, this is what we talked about. This is kind of what I got out of the conversation, so that you're aware of it. But that's really it. It's all about asking the right questions, and it's all about trying to find the root that somebody needs. What do they actually need? And what do they want? What do they expect? And just listening and talking with and drawing knowledge from the people that are in the industry that I get to talk to every day, that are more than eager to share their knowledge with us. And so I can translate that to the other people to help them find the best fit for them.
Did you know that if you weren't sure, like maybe you feel like, gosh, this customer could really use a lot of input, but if I'm, if I get too close to so much unknown territory, I run the risk of being maybe too involved, whereas, I want to help, but I'm not sure how. Did you know that you could pass it over to Ty at ctsbusinesscoaching.com?
I do now.
All right. There we go. We got a segue. Hey, did you know that, Mike?
I did not. So I just learned something too, so it's all good.
So it is, and that's why we're here to share not only war stories but information. So the fact is that Auto Transport Intel, in putting out all this content and having interviews and experts on the show, and even folks just getting started. I mean, that's the whole idea here, is to try and bring together a community ecosystem that runs the gamut. That if you need help and you need personal coaching to get started in the business, that's where ctsbusinesscoaching.com comes in. And I'm not the lead coach. I helped co-found that organization, but Ty is the lead coach. He's the guy. He actually gives his phone number out. He might even throw his phone number up here in the live chat in a minute. And he's crazy like that. He takes the, if you call me, it goes to voicemail. I got, I got to put the show together and try and organize, and I got meetings that I'm working on and stuff. But if you call Ty, he'll answer the phone and he'll just start talking to you about, trucks, trailers, and how to pull your hair out hauling cars.
I have to say, what Ben just said about, his customers asking him questions, taking, selling them the right equipment and stuff. That's what it's about with a company. And just like where I bought this trailer from, I called them up. And it's kind of funny because I call them up and like, hey, you have that Sun Country trailer there. I want it. The price is great. It looks awesome. I talk it to them, right? And the person selling the people selling the trailer was Wally Moe. Okay, and I wasn't even looking at Wally Moe trailers. I had no idea that they were a trailer builder. And then, but I was focused on Sun Country. But I gotta tell you, because of the customer service and the integrity of dealing with them, I would look at their trailers now, and taking care of your customers and really doing right by them. That's one of the biggest things manufacturers and dealers can do to gain new customers, maintain customers. Because, like I said, I wasn't even looking at their trailers. I was looking at strictly Sun Country, and after dealing with them and seeing how much integrity they have and what kind of people they are, I would definitely look at them.
And you know what? And like you just said, and that's what's happening here is that, Ben, what's really cool is that you're taking the time to spend it with us tonight talking about your trailers. Aliza and Brian were here last week, and in talking to you guys, it's obvious that you guys have more than trailers for sale. You really are helping people. You're talking to them, finding out what kind of equipment they really need for what they're really trying to do, and then giving input and helping make the best decision they can. Because these trailers are an investment. We know that. I asked the question earlier, why don't you have a Sun Country trailer? And then one of the answers came up because, well, it's a significant outlay financially. And, well, it is. And there's a reason. Because it's made from excellent material. It's designed really well to last for years. And as we know from Aliza, after many years, it's still worth something. Actually, it's worth quite a bit. And that means a lot. This is not, we like to talk about, made in America, quality products. This is your quality product. This is, when we talk about, okay, something new now, is it made the way it used to be made? Sun Country trailers are made the way things used to be made. That's awesome.
And, like Sun Country, they have integrity. And, just like I was just talking, being a new guy in the business, the dealer I'm working with now, they could have raped me. I don't have a clue. I did my research and stuff, but I don't have a clue. And, what he charged me was a really good price. He could have charged me another $5,000-6,000, no problem. Ripped me off, sold me the trailer, and threw me out the door. But but coming into this field, I'm realizing that there's a lot of integrity in the industry, and overall the whole industry has a lot of great people in it. I like Chris from Pole Dog, great guy. I talk to him often. But the amount of information people share with each other, the honesty with how honest the guys are with one another, it's pretty amazing. I wasn't expecting it to go this way. I thought it would be more about like in the freight business and stuff like that, it's dog eat dog, and this is totally different. I mean, you, I mean, I see it coming from the outside coming in. I mean, like I said, that guy could have ripped me off easy. These guys that I talk to that are in the business, they don't have to talk to me. I mean, who am I? They don't know me. Why would they talk to me? But there's a lot of great people in the industry.
Yeah, absolutely. The community's full of great people.
And Mike, you got a great deal on your trailer, didn't you? I mean, I know it was an investment, but you love that trailer.
Yeah, and the price was not my biggest factor. What my number one factor was, would it do what I wanted it to do and hit my target, and it's done that. And actually, the price was fantastic, knowing what the other OEMs are making and what trailer, even high mount trailers and stuff are selling for what I got, and the revenue it's returning, it's second to none. I absolutely pleased.
Oh, let me ask this. So what's next for your company name is M.R. Weaver Transport, Mr.
Yes.
Weaver. What's next for you guys? What are you looking to do next? I mean, are you gonna get another one of these 7 cars, or kind of stay where you're at? And I don't know. Tell me more about your future.
Well, we had 3 trucks at one time. We only had 2. My brother had a custom Stinger steer as well. It was built by a small manufacturer in Indiana, and that is only a 4-car, also laid flat. So we both target the high-profile vehicles. Where are we going next? Good question. I have goals I want to do, but right now my kids are young. I definitely would like to target the enclosed market in the future. But right now I'm going to target the specialized market where I'm at, and slowly, because I'm a gearhead. So like Barrett Jackson and the other auctions out there, car collectors, that's where I want to be when I'm 50 years old. But right now, we're going to target the customers we have, and it's working fantastic. So right now, status quo is good, and I'm not, to answer that question, I'm not 100% sure what the next verse is. So,
yeah, no, I like that. Let me ask this. Are there things, given, there's a lot of changes happening right now, I think. Would you agree with that? Do you think there's a lot of changes happening?
I think there's always changes. The buyer is getting younger, so what's happening now is things are becoming more vertically integrated. So what you have previous to internet, things were very closed, very very non-open market. What you have now is a completely open market, and more so as time goes by, because everybody loves technology. And either you adapt and adjust with the movement of the industry as a whole, and not only the industry, but just the world we live in. Either you adapt and adjust with that, or you get left behind. And it is moving. Where technology is moving, it's really interesting. I mean, I've been watching where technology is moving with autos. I mean, we're definitely headed straight towards electric, wide open, good, bad, or indifferent. It's coming in commercial, and it's coming in vehicles. And so that'll be a shift, which people are already trying to scramble and adapt to that with Tesla and stuff like that. So it'll be we're at an interesting time. Vertical integration is a big deal, and it's coming pretty strong.
How do you stay informed about what's happening? What sources do you trust?
My customers.
Okay. What about external sources?
For me, external sources, I mean, I just watch the industry, watch what other people are doing, and you can by the movement of what's happening. So as things shift, you can see it almost immediately. But as far as any other source, I don't have one.
No, that's cool. Ben, I feel like you were going to input something there.
When with learning, one of the big things that we learn about what's going on with the industry is just by talking to our end users. I think communication, and we've talked, a lot about it tonight, the amount of dialogue that's coming. But there's certain things that people are willing to share. Like Mike was saying, electric is going to be huge. It really is. And the amount of cars being moved from individuals that have never seen the cars, the buying a car online is going to become more and more predominant. There's going to be, I think there's going to be a shift, and what is it actually going to look like? And I don't know yet, but that's where we get a lot of our information. We're involved with finished vehicle logistics. We're involved with the AHA, and those areas are great. Are great resources. But we rely a lot on what our end users are telling us.
So, and what we're talking about, I think, two big changes: customer buying subscription online, right? Where it's no longer, well, I don't mean no longer, but you're going to have more younger customers buying or leasing cars on an app, and then the cars just need to get delivered, and that directly ties into car shipping, which I think is very interesting because I've seen some of these commercials, and no, I feel like it was a marketing person or an art designer that came up with the car hauler part, but I don't know if that's exactly how it's even close to what it's really going to look like. It's going to get very confusing because you're on these tight expectation timelines. I just ordered my car. Where is it? Just order. Well, I don't want that one anymore. I want this one now. It's going to get weird.
Yeah, I think that the whole Amazon mentality where you buy it and you're expecting it there in 2 days. How's it going to play out?
Where's Mike? Where's Mike?
Yeah.
Where's Mike?
How's that going to play out? I don't know. We're all along for the ride, though.
It is. It's going to be really interesting. And so, yeah, I mean, how we stay informed of, because actually I tap into dealer, more and more dealer resources, and the car shipping component really isn't, it's not talked to, right now it's the technology, it's the shiny side, it's the, what does the customer want, and when are we closing our dealership? And as far as on the other one I was going to say is traditional auto auctions, everybody won't be standing in the lane bidding. It'll be more and more online auction bidding, right?
Mm-hmm.
You know what the increase of OVE online vehicle purchases is through the auctions that exist? What the increase has been over the last 10 years?
I don't.
It's thousands. It's up by 200% over what it was 10 years ago.
Right. It's kind of that man learned to walk for a couple thousand years to jet ski, right? Just straight up.
Yep.
Yeah. It's wild. It's wild. Well, and that's why I bring this stuff up, because if you don't know where to go to stay tuned, it's basically what you're getting information from TV and Facebook and some other locations, but you're not on that early adopter inside information. This is where we're really headed information. So I always like to ask people where they're getting their information, and do they trust it? Do you trust this information? Is that real?
I think it's a
You
real.
can always trust your. We're all talking at once.
Go ahead, Mike.
What I was saying is, you can always trust the end user, which is in my case the customer, and the consumer. So whatever their drive is to buy, whether that's the dealer or a personal guy or the corporation, you can always trust that, because that's the real deal. Everything else is smoke and screen. The end user is the real deal.
I like what you said. So without naming names or companies, what category or type of end user consumer are we talking about? Dealers, auctions, what
All of the above.
All of the above.
So in my case, I do not deal directly with the auctions. I deal directly with the dealer. and corporations and private individuals, collectors slash buyers. And so in my case, it's mostly corporation and some smaller dealers, but they're all moving rapidly in the online direction. So it's a whole new world, and the buyers are younger, just like we talked about. It's moving quick.
I think the recent Tesla is in the news every day, so it's very hard to follow what in the heck is going on with Tesla. But I think if you follow it every day, what we have noticed is there's been a lot of waffling of we're going to close dealerships, we're not going to close dealerships. Okay, no, we're really going to close half of them. No, we're not going to close. The point is that they're trying to figure, and they're not alone. They're just the visible ones. What does this look like? What does the future of dealerships look like? How many stores? How many stores do we need? How many stores do we not need? How much inventory do we need? How many salespeople do we need? How much virtual reality do we need? Right?
Yeah. I don't think they'll never go away. You will always have those people that got to see it, got to put their hands on it, got to touch it.
I agree.
You know, so, but will there be?
Look at all your storefronts closing. I mean, it's going to shift. Who knows where that'll all play out? I agree with both sides of it, but look at it. I mean, your cheapest place for a warehouse right now is a storefront because of that exact thing. Because, hey, I can buy anything I want here in 2 seconds from my phone. Why would I go to the store?
Well, and there's brick and mortar. Just look at so many brick and mortar stores that have either downsized or closed. There's your answer. And I think that even Elon Musk was saying that even if you went to the dealership, he still expected you to order through your app, which had benefits because now if you do everything through your app from start to finish, then the app is literally your sales agent instead of a person. But then again, I know Ty likes to talk about how the Best Buy example where people would go to Best Buy, learn the product, go home, and order it on Amazon.
I've done that exact thing. Absolutely.
I think we all probably have.
And that's definitely going to play into, absolutely. People are going to go test drive. So like CarMax, how many people go to CarMax? And, just to get a hands-on, TrueCar, CarMax, whatever it is, go to get the hands-on, and then they go home, and then they order it on their phone.
Yeah, I don't have the answer to that.
And how does that affect car shipping? Right? Is this all just... It will have an effect. I think it's the timeline. It's the time frame. So if you're the guy that can, and this is something I know Ty and I have talked about, if you're the guy that answers his phone all the time and delivers as fast as possible and controls an area, now you have a commodity. You have something that's really important to today's consumer.
Yep.
Yeah, I agree with that.
So maybe that's one of the areas of focus. Not to get distracted of is it an electric truck or is it a robot, or just know that. And how funny is it that ELD doesn't want you to do that? I'm sorry, but right. I think that's true. I'm still waiting for the FMCSA to improve the hours of service regulations. I'm still waiting for that. And
They're working on it, but
I was there when
they're working on it.
I know, but I was there when Elaine Chow told the group at the Mid-America Truck Show that it was being considered, had been moved on to the next proposal of proposals and proposals and proposals. And I understand everything has a process, but as people hearing that language, it felt very dissatisfying and confusing. So I'm hoping and praying, pretty pleased with sugar on top, that something good happens out of the hours of service regulation updates.
Yep.
And I don't even drive.
And adjust to the changing format. Yeah. It's all as a small carrier, you can always adapt and adjust faster than a big carrier. always have been able to, and always will be able to, because your assets are only so deep. A big carrier is many vehicles deep, so you can always move faster if you're financially stable than a big carrier can. So it's easy to adapt and adjust with a moving target.
Right.
And implement new processes and procedures really helps when your volume's small.
Right. So there's your benefit as an owner operator, smaller hauler, sub hauler, subcontractor. You can help the larger companies speed up, pick up the pieces faster. Maybe if there was a mistake, a wrong delivery, you can help turn that around faster. Whereas, it
happens all the time.
I'm sure. Well,
I haul for all the big transporters in the United States. I haul for every single one of them. Pick up their loose ends that their guys can't get done. They pay me handsomely for it. Quite happy to do it.
So it's all about networking, right? Have you guys gotten
Yep.
pretty good at networking, haven't you?
Well, it took many years. It takes a long time to figure it all out, but that'll all get easier as technology gets better. Your hands-on stuff will go down, and your technology will go up. And if you can deliver on a promise the same way it's always been in business, you'll excel.
All right. Well, that's pretty good closing statement right there. Anybody have anything they want to add?
Thank you for tonight. This was a great time for me. I enjoyed talking with you all.
Man, thank you for joining the show tonight, Ben. I really appreciate it. You spent a long time with me tonight. I promised it would be an hour and a half, and I believe I delivered.
Yep, you did great.
And Mike,
awesome, guys. Appreciate it.
Really, thank you for showing us your trailer. I know several folks in the live chat were very interested in what you've got. Let me ask you this, and I always ask this. Now, Ben, I already put up an email address for Sun Country Trailers. Mike, is there any way people can contact you if they had a question about your cab over, your trailer, or something else you said?
Yeah, I mean, the easiest way to contact me is via email, mrweavertransport2@gmail.com. And that's my easiest contact, and I will be glad to help or share any information that somebody may have pertaining to that. I like to live a pretty open book. I don't hide a lot of details. I'll help anybody out I can.
mrweavertransport2@gmail.com.
Correct.
All right, cool. And then Brian, I know you shared your email address with me earlier. Pepson Auto Transport @gmail.com. You're up in PA, and if somebody has words of wisdom or something they can lend you as advice or a customer lead, now they have a way to email you and get you that information. Brian, I really appreciate you joining the show tonight. I know it was a gamble. We didn't know what would happen, but it turned out great. It was fun too, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was a good time. And I thought I was going to buy the truck and trailer, and the cars were just going to fall out of the sky into the trailer. It's not going to happen.
Yeah, well,
hilarious.
when I started dispatching, I thought it would be grocery, like you go to a grocery store and you just pull stuff off the shelf.
From the shelf, and everything was good.
Oh man, there was one product on the shelf in each aisle. That's what it felt like once I really, man. Yeah, it's hard. But I mean, there is business out there. It's just that it really takes work and a good community that you can reach out to help pick you up and dust you off, just in case that happens. So thank you guys for being part of that community. I'm going to say goodnight to you guys. I'm going to let you go, and we'll be in touch. Thank you so much.
Thanks, guys. Good night.
All right. Peace out. And so then I end this meeting, and I do that, and then I go back here. And then let's do this. I'm gonna update this camera since I can. Let's do that. And custom. Okay. All right. I'm back. I got my original image back here. And listen, you guys. I've seen a lot of activity in the live chat tonight, and I really appreciate that. By the way, I want to thank you, Truckify, for the super chat. let's go. I want to go back and read this. You want to check out Truckify car hauling app. It's on your app store. It's free with lots of robust, latest car hauling features like View Route, a cool feature on the dashboard to instantly display load route. Free sign up at truckify.com. I just read that off the live chat, so you can see that too, and you can go to it's truckify.com. So thank you so much for that, Truckify. I do appreciate that. Listen, you guys, you know that I'm here every Tuesday night, and you know we're at the 2-hour mark, so you know I'm about to wrap it up. But I appreciate you joining me, tuning in, participating in the live chat. I also appreciate all those likes, shares, comments, and subscribes that I get. And I want to say that, listen, if you're looking for auto transport business coaching, you go to ctsbusinesscoaching.com. That also goes for dispatching, brokering, if you're looking for a better insurance quote, you want to learn if you can participate in a fuel card program, or if you need, truck advice, trailer advice, routes, rates, equipment, and strategy. I really want to thank my sponsor for April, Sun Country Trailers. Really appreciate it, and I want to help them share the good information with you about their company. That's why I devoted tonight's show and last week's show to Sun Country. And in fact, Sun Country is going to be with Ty and I at AHA as we talk more about how Auto Transport Intel is trying to help defragment some of the community. Yeah, there are great people out there, but how do we find out about them? Well, I'm trying to bring them on the show so that they can talk to you, and you can watch this video on demand, right? You don't just have to be here live. You can watch it after the fact. So, listen, I really appreciate it, guys. Whether you're a car shipping customer, auto transport broker, car hauling dispatcher, vehicle shipping company, or car carrier service provider, Auto Transport Intel is your car hauling business channel. You can learn car shipping, watch Auto Transport Intel. Guys, I thank you so much for joining me again. This was episode 81. I'll be back next week, Tuesday night, 9 p.m. Eastern, 8 p.m. Central, talking about all things car hauling. And here comes the car hauler. I'll see you guys then. Thank you so much.